Most conversations about success talk about speed, faster growth, faster results, faster lives. Today's conversation is not about speed, it's about endurance, my friends. About what happens when a person chooses the long road in their body, in their thinking, and in their life. My guest today has lived multiple lives in a lifetime. A seasoned corporate professional, an author, a consultant, and my favorite, a long distant runner, long distance runner rather. लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस बोला तो राइडर बोलने का बहुत मन किया लेकिन मेरे दोस्त रनर हैं सो his ideas and my ideas match a lot. What we have in common is the tarmac, is the long road, ladies and gentlemen. Now, somewhere between, his boardrooms and long stretches of road, disciplined stopped being just a tool for him, and it became, how do I put it, a way of life, rather a way of being. Yes, my dear friends, this is not a conversation about running faster or working harder or achieving more. No, no, no. It's a conversation about identity, rhythm, and what consistent effort quietly builds over time, especially when no one is watching. Welcome back, my dear friends, to the fourth episode and the very first conversational episode. Yeah, this is the UD Roadcast, and today we explore the long run. It's time now to introduce my guest to you, Mr. Seetharam Rajmani. Welcome to the UD Roadcast. Begin with, क्या सीक्रेट है मूछें हो तो सीताराम जैसी हो वाह 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 I mean, what is, let's talk about your inspiration of the mustache. For example, my inspiration for my long beard, a lot of people ask me, is it for religious reasons? No, it isn't. I'm a motorcyclist and I'm a huge fan of a rock guitar player called Zach Wild, who used to play with Ozzy Osbourne the Great. So, Zach Wild, this inspiration for the beard is from him. What's your story about the mustache? And man, your mustache also looks so disciplined.
So
Hmm.
it's something which grew over time. I never used to keep it in the earlier younger days. So and then of course I used to see my father have this all through his life,
Oh,
and later on, uh, it's a bit emotional. But sorry to start on that note. But after
yeah.
he passed away,
Hmm.
then just to keep looking at myself and then remembering him, I thought I should have something like him. He used to keep doing this
Oh,
all his
you
life. And
bet. Look at this picture.
oh,
Oh man, look at this picture. When I see, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is Seetharam Rajmani. However, I know him for almost 42 years, man. It's been 42 years, bro. We know each other. And
yeah.
obviously, I've had the privilege and the honor of spending time with his late father. And yes, man, amazing. You must have a lot of your inspiration, not just his mustache, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of his inspiration has come from his dad. So tell me more, man. How was your childhood while growing up? How did the disciplined life of a father from the defense forces, how did that influence you, man?
it was uh, it was something which, I mean, my dad used to love me like anything. I mean,
Ah,
he was just like an inspiration even when I saw him during the daily routine, He used to
Mm.
wake up, he used
Uh,
to have his
wow.
morning tea or
Wow.
something, then he would prepare for, he would always, be behind fitness. Okay, so he
Wow.
was in the army, so
Mm.
it came naturally to him. But
Mm.
then it's also important to keep following that, right? So I guess these are the things which early values which got instilled into me. Those from the age of maybe 5, 6.
Pure.
Later on, after I was 10 years old, we started. He was the one who introduced me to playing tennis. So we used to play together
Oh yeah. Oh
in the
yeah. I
colony.
remember. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and yeah, then we used to, every day for an hour we'll be playing, and
Hmm.
I still remember many a days I would say no, I'm not coming. I
Okay.
would want to sleep,
Hmm.
but then he would say no, let's get up, man, come on, let's go. Same used to happen, before I started playing tennis, he used to take me for runs. So, I
Ah.
mean, running probably came into me that early, so that's how
How
it
cool, man.
was.
How cool, yeah. Both of us, man. Both of us, and I'm sure many of our viewers are truly blessed with such parents, man. And your
Yes,
voice,
I
and
agree.
I could feel your tone of voice, your timbre, you speaking below the pencil in your baritone. Of course, you have a very impressive baritone, even a much lower one, because those words you just spoke about, I took you to a back to a very sacred place in your mind, in your
Absolutely.
heart. And I know, man, I remember even my father, similarly, my father was in the Ministry of Defense. So though he wasn't into a lot into fitness, however, he was very consistent with human behavior, certain values which I've learned from him. Example, always respect elders, always respect women, always respect children, be nice to them, respect animals, respect the environment, respect greenery, how to have a conversation with trees. My father used to speak with plants when he used to water them. So these are the values which I've got. And of course, both of us today, you and I, are proud fathers of two kids.
Absolutely.
Each of them, your kids already teenagers now. Mine, one of them is teenager, the other is in preteens now. And I am sure
Both
what the
both
values.
have crossed teenager, by the way. One
Oh, I
is 25
know.
and the other is 20.
We'll come to them. We'll come to them. Oh, we'll come to them. Yeah. And so our, our values, what we've got, and the values which have worked for us, which have kept people like you and me grounded in spite of our so much of experience in the corporate world and so on and so forth. It's beautiful that we are able to install these values without forcing into our children. Yeah. Man,
Absolutely true.
Seetharam, you've been an inspiration, man. Guys, Seetharam and I have been together since the sixth grade. Can you believe it? Then we got separated after 2 years. I went to another Kendra Vidyalaya, and he was still in that Kendra Vidyalaya. Then all of a sudden, after 15 years, when I used to be working in my corporate world, so I was in Kolkata for a 3 or 4 months period,
We were in
and
the same company, but we
we
realized that
we were working in the same company without knowing. 15 saal ke baad. I just finished training a batch. Those days I used to train voice and accent, and I had just finished my batch, and I was walking back to my guest house room. I enter the lift and I turn around and I see this man standing in front of me with a bag. I said, "Holy Mother of God!" I mean, आंखें मिलाई इसकी वैसे ही मूंछ थी. मैंने बोला सीतू. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the name I'm so used to calling him, since so many years. Just before the recording started, I was telling him, Seetu, I was practicing pronouncing your name completely, Seetharam, Seetharam, and it's a podcast. Anyway, so see, that's how both of us connected again. And this is, I think, that connection, the meeting, achanak milna, is what is called destiny. After that, we've been in constant touch, and we live in the same city. And he's been an absolute inspiration, not just for me, all our classmates from that era. We all are there in a WhatsApp group, of course, and he is a
Yeah.
major influence and a major inspiration for many of us. Yeah. And hopefully, this story and insight which we'd be sharing now, you would also benefit from those. Talking about children, Sitaram. उससे भी पहले, before you became a parent, you are a South Indian. I am a South Indian. um, how come nobody asked you? Didn't you have a phase in your life where your relatives and your peers and your known people used to ask you, "पप्पा तो फौजी हैं, तुम फौज में क्यों नहीं गए?" I'm sure you.
Even today, I mean, there are those questions. Why did you join the forces? Well, that's a long story, I would say, because
Okay. Let's
I
make the
was,
long story
I was,
long, please.
I was never really interested, although my father wanted me to join the forces, but
Hmm.
he never forced me. He said, take your own path, what you
Ah,
like, decide based on how you go about, but
hmm,
always keep a focus on education. That was his words. He said,
hmm,
get uh, a degree, at least do your graduation.
hmm,
If you study further, great, but
hmm,
never move away from that. But the profession you choose, be comfortable with what you are comfortable with.
hmm.
Don't force yourself and go into, something which you are not enjoying, because this is something, a career is something which is lifelong, right? So you
Wow.
cannot just get into something and then
Wow. This
so
is, I
then I
mean,
became I
okay.
did my engineering
In
and
which fraternity?
I was in electronics
Ah,
branch.
wow. Electronics, engineering, यानी किताबों की
Yeah.
साइज ही आती है दिमाग में. हाँ, go on, this is interesting.
But honestly, through the 4 years,
हाँ.
I realized that this is not what I like. I never wanted to, get into technical and things like that. So that's when during the third or fourth year I said it's time to look at management, because that's where you will be able to get something more in terms of your specialization, or you could get into marketing, sales, or whatever you like, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, I used to like to talk to people, uh, meet, understand,
So sorry to interrupt you,
various
my friend, ladies and gentlemen. And the time he is speaking about was the non-internet era. We are
absolutely
talking about no, early mid 90s, rather early 90s and mid 90s.
early 90s, yeah,
90s.
up to 95 till
There was
97
no
was the
internet.
time.
So,
Yeah.
so that was the belief system him and I have been raised from. So वही options होते थे हमारे पास. जितने options आप लोग को आज हैं, which both of us feel very proud of.
And
Because
we
exactly.
never had mobile phones either. That came much
Yeah.
later, right?
Oh
Late
yeah,
'90s.
we used to have that खचर खच खचर खच खचर खच खचर. अरे चौथा नंबर रॉन्ग हो गया. कैंसिल कैंसिल फिर से खचर खच. Some of our audience won't even have a clue what we are talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Wonderful, wonderful. Then what happens? So you like to speak with people, interact with people. So you realize, man, now I have a
I
skill.
realized that,
I should use it.
I can't really do technical, like, and I was never a person who would sit at one place. It was not my cup of tea. I said, no, yeah, and I like to go about here and there,
Uh,
quite impatient. I can't sit, you know, even through those long lectures and all, I used to feel fidgety and say, "Oh my God, how long this going on?" So yeah, then slowly,
Uh,
then I thought, yes, now next step is to do the MBA. So
okay.
I did MBA in marketing, and then the corporate journey started. I joined a company, General Electric, where I was
Wow.
based in Madhya Pradesh in Indore.
Wow.
So it was something like all through the years I have never been out of home. I was not uh, you know the hosteler, or I've never studied out
Correct.
of
Italy,
so I was a
amma
day
kete, just
scholar.
like me. Mm. Amma kete,
Correct.
mama, mama. You and I, we've always been mama's boys, yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in
And
that, guys. Hold on, mama's boy. कोई खराबी नहीं होती है being a mama's boy. It's a nice thing to happen. Go on, buddy.
yeah, so then started the work. That was about 3 years I was in that company, and
Okay.
out of that, the 2 years I was in Indore,
Wow.
covering the entire of Madhya Pradesh.
वो
In
जमाने
sales, I
में
used
इंदौर
to.
कितना अलग रहा होगा यार. इंदौर must have been so different, just like Pune.
Yeah, that was like a different world. I mean, out of Pune for the first time, and Indore used to go into the interiors of Madhya Pradesh, like, uh, I mean, places like Singrauli. I don't know if you've heard the name, Northern Coal Fields.
Oh, I think, and one MP kaha, MP and that side of Maharashtra and all is surrounded. It has a cluster of tiger reserves. So
Yeah,
if you
correct.
journey or if you use the road and go, because वहां पर कहाँ तुम फ्लाइट लेके घूमोगे, ट्रेन से या बस से जाते
Jabalpur,
होगे उस दिन. So if
near
you go.
Jabalpur, right? Yeah,
Oh my God, there are and beautiful jungles, yeah. MP also has
beautiful.
amazing forests and even from those days, all these industries used to be you had to go through a forest. कोई forest का outskirts में ही होता था. I remember. Remember.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah.
Wow. Gee, so how was that experience, man? What all did you
Oh,
learn
great.
in
I mean, yeah, it was. So it was part of work. So, I didn't have a choice. You had to go, you had to meet clients, you had
mm,
to go
mm,
to the interiors, because all
mm,
these factories and things used to be at, right,
mm.
like real outskirts of the city. And
Ah, ah.
and those days, roads were so bad. I mean, you
Uh,
used to travel by those state transport buses, because I was
oh,
like a
oh.
new entry into the company, right? So there are no perks like you go by cab and things like that. So, and those days we never used to have Uber, Ola things, those kind of things. And you had limited
Uh,
budget, you can
yeah.
only spend that much.
On a during the
Uh,
day and moreover let's not forget you're talking about a phase when you had just started working, so you
yeah,
were a newbie. It was like you were a new joinee in the corporate
correct,
world, or in the real bad, in the big bad world. Yeah, of course.
and
So
then
Papa de
within,
pade
if
and
I'm within, if
hmm,
then within the city
uh,
where I was based is Indore.
hmm.
So the day-to-day work was on a two-wheeler, and again I'll have to go to all the industrial areas, go on the two-wheeler right up to places 40 kilometers away. I would probably do that 2 to 3 days in a week. So
Wow,
yeah, that
my
was.
obvious question. You can't just, when you're speaking with Yudi, you can't just say two-wheeler. Which one was it?
Oh,
Was it
that
a
was
scooter or a
nowhere
motorcycle?
near your nowhere near your beautiful bike. This
Oh,
was
thank
like
you.
a kinetic Honda, those
Oh,
olden time.
holy mother of God, what a powerful engine that had, man.
Yeah,
Honda, and that was the original Honda, right? जो
no,
आजकल का वर्जन,
those
आजकल
were
का
the
वर्जन को क्या कहते
scooter.
हैं? एक्टिवा. एक्टिवा एविएटर यही
हाँ,
होता है ना.
Activa. Yeah,
एविएटर,
yeah.
हाँ, वो सब जेंजी वर्जन ऑफ
Gen
एक्टिवा.
Z version. Yeah,
I remember who were the manufacturers of Activa. They used to live near Chatursingi. Remember? I forgot their name. Yeah,
that's kinetic
Kinetic.
Ferodias, right? Yeah,
Firodias. Their daughter was a classmate or something like that. Her daughter somewhere when we were, I think,
Sulaja Ferodia, right?
Sulaja.
Sulaja.
My God, wow, bro, तूने और मैंने बहुत दुनिया देखी है रे.
Yeah, I just realized
Oh.
we were in the same college in MBA too.
Exactly, man. I just realized now at Null Stop, IME,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, uh,
IME,
but both
Sage
of us,
Walker,
so did our MBA from an institute which was owned by late Dr.
Dr.
PC
Sage Walker.
Sejwalkar, and he was such a great man. He had actually, marketing students, viewers, if you're watching, he had actually spent time with the Peter Drucker. Rings a bell? Man.
Yes,
So
very
we were under his tutelage for
true.
our master's degrees. Of course, हमारे batches अलग थे. But yeah, so good, man. So that in indoor experience, what did you realize about yourself? How
That
did
was
you?
the time when
That's where
uh,
that life.
was
What did endurance marathon तक नहीं endurance वहां शुरू हुआ away from comfort zone, living alone,
correct,
bus, bad road, potholes, roaming in the city in two wheeler. पहले कभी किया नहीं था. हरदम मम्मा मम्मा के पास रहते थे जब चाहिए सब मिलता था. Out of the comfort zone. So practically your endurance story began there. The real
right.
one, you know. So
It's a very fascinating thing. I mean,
okay.
uh, I would say that everyone, like
Mhm.
each one of us, have a good amount of endurance limits. It's just that we have to explore. We have to
True.
get into that mode, that discipline, or that lifestyle,
Hmm.
and never give up. It's like every day is going to be difficult. Some days you'll feel it nice, some days you'll, but it has to be a pattern. You have to set it. You have to have that thing that this is what you have to do. There's no choice. You either do this or quit. If you quit, what are you going to do next? At least you should have that plan in place. But
Hmm.
for the time being, look at something which is short term. You have to do it, and you have to do it on day to day basis. So that's like, once you set a discipline for yourself, you
Hmm.
do it consistently. These two
Ah.
things keep moving hand in hand: discipline, consistency.
Consistency is, yeah, you need that discipline to keep consistency as a top value in your value chain. So yeah, consistency definitely. Privileged and lucky people like you and I, who have been blessed with excellent, background, excellent parents, excellent siblings, and excellent family, and our own children. And of course, both of us are immensely grateful for the universe, for both of us, what all we already have. You and I are immensely grateful, I'm sure about that. And talking about that, once you got endurance and discipline, consistency, फिर वहां से इंदौर से आप कहाँ गए? इंदौर के
So I
बाद
was
कॉर्पोरेट
in the
कहाँ
same
लगी?
company. I got an opportunity to move to Pune.
Ah,
Uh,
home ground.
yeah, so home ground. So it
So second
was,
innings, home ground, home pitch. Okay.
and
Okay.
also the thing is, we got married. That's my wife Priya. She's a
Of
dentist.
course.
So
Of
we
course.
got married in '99, and initial stint was we both were in Indore for 6 months.
How
Yeah,
lovely.
so
How
our married life started in Indore. So we have fond memories of that city. And then 6 months later, I got the opportunity to move to Pune with the same company. So I got back here.
wonderful, ladies and
And
gentlemen. He
then with
just
General Electric, I
go on.
was there
Huh?
for about 6 to 8 months further.
Huh?
Uh, but again, see, when you're in a private company, you'll always be moved here and there,
I was waiting for
and
the but.
especially in sales.
Huh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
especially in sales, then you
Huh.
you don't have a choice. You'll
Hmm.
have to either accept or then quit and go somewhere else. So just
Whoa.
when my son was about to be born,
Hmm.
I got a transfer to Ahmedabad. So that's where I
Oh,
moved
okay. Huh?
uh, in 2014. I think, yeah,
Okay.
sorry, 2000, year 2000,
Wow.
year
Okay. Okay.
2000,
Hmm.
around September or October, I moved to
2000.
Ahmedabad.
Where was I in 2000?
And
I was in Mumbai those days. Huh. Go on then. Hmm.
and yeah, so in Ahmedabad, I was there for 6, 8 months.
Okay.
In fact, during the day of the dreaded earthquake, 26 Jan 2001,
Get out of
I
here.
was very much in Ahmedabad, very much at home that day
Oh
when
my
that
God. Oh,
earthquake struck.
oh my
And
God.
and I was all alone. So I mean,
Oh my God.
that's the time when then I mean, it was difficult for me to move my family to Ahmedabad after that. After what happened there,
Okay.
and
Huh.
my son was just about 6 months then, and my wife was here.
Oh,
She was
Kai
practicing.
Korinde, Kutti Papa, handheld child, very difficult. Okay,
So then I made a plan to look for some openings in Pune. And then I quit General Electric and I joined another company called Bhartiya Industries
wonderful,
in
wonderful.
Pune,
Hmm.
where I was there for 3, 4 years.
Hmm. So, in which phase of your and how
This
did
was
that change you?
pretty, yeah, so it was in Bhartiya Industries where after about 6 to 8 months, I got a chance to head the branch in Pune.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
that
My
was in two.
homie, I knew बचपन से बहुत smart था यार. He was a very smart dude even during school days. पता है, ऐसी था. I knew it. Got into leadership in 10 months. Very good, man. So proud of you, man. And
So
so you entered
I
leadership.
used to handle the Pune branch, and I think there were about 6 people under me.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Yeah,
Amazing,
again,
amazing.
it was again um, sales. So we used to
That was
work
the
on the
first time you had
markets of.
handled a team and the entire. How did that responsibility feel? What did you realize about yourself when you could handle it? Initially, थोड़ा challenging लगा होगा.
It was challenging, yeah, because you know. But the only thing which probably was a positive for me was I
Okay.
used to do a lot of things on my own. So I used to do that. I used to go with the team. I used to tell them this is how it has to be done. So
Oh,
one of the fact things which
wow.
I realized is you need to, as a leader, one
Hmm.
of the first and foremost things is lead by example. You have to show the way. You have to, you cannot just say, boy, go and do that. You know, this
Boy.
is what you do. Go and visit this customer, get me this order. No, you need to go. And the second thing, of course, not during the initial days, but
Hmm,
much
hmm,
later when I was in Wipro. Again, I
hmm,
used to be the area manager in Pune, so
hmm, hmm.
I used to handle teams. I worked under a couple of really great leaders,
Wow.
uh,
Fantastic.
and even today, one of them is a very close friend of mine, and he's I used to treat him as my mentor, and I used to observe how
Fantastic.
he used to
Hmm.
lead us.
And you used
And
to
one of
model
the
him. You used to model
yeah,
him.
so
Wow.
yeah, and
Hmm,
one of the things which I saw whenever we used to work with him
hmm,
is, and when we used to close an order, right,
hmm.
he would he would have definitely contributed, in terms of
Okay.
getting the closure done and a lot of
Okay.
other things during the order.
Hmm.
But he would give the credit to the person who actually closed the order.
Oh,
Another very, very important thing in leadership,
wow.
pass the credit to your subordinates and take the debit if there is a problem. So you take the
Wow.
responsibility for for the debacle or for the aspects which uh, you it's not
Wow.
gone right for the company or for your business. But
Wow.
that's how get the confidence of your boys of the team.
This is amazing, man. It's so right now I've got two insights from you and the listeners and viewers who are watching right now, type proactive in the comments if you've just learned how his leadership journey in the corporate world began. It began with him being proactive. perspective. It's a very amazing quality to have in order to grow in life. And the second leadership quality which he shared was a good leader always gives credit to his subordinates, to his teams. He gives the bouquets to them, and he accepts any brickbats, if any. That is, ooh, man, ooh, छा गए गुरु. Hey, wow, man, I feel so proud that I know you since 42 years. Now that's why at the beginning of the podcast, in the roadcast, I started mentioning a seasoned corporate professional. Now you are a consultant, an author, and a long distance runner. Wow, man, I'm so impressed with you. सच सच में बताना, तूने कभी सोचा था यूडी के पॉडकास्ट में आएगा? Just
Actually
kidding.
wait कर रहा था.
I,
I
I,
was
thank you.
because I don't know why I felt this when you started your episode number one,
Hmm, hmm,
and I was just trying to think where is this going? I mean, you're going to talk on your own, or you're going to get some people to
hmm.
talk along with you, or interview them, or whatever.
Oh, I have.
And the
Hmm,
moment
hmm.
moment you told me the other day, I just jumped. I said, why not?
Thank you
Come
so
on.
much, man. Thank you so much. And bhai, it's like naya ghar kharida, and you have a graha pravesh, no, and you do a Satyanarayan puja kind of a thing. No, you are. I mean, tu, Nariel is you, man. You are, because you're such an inspiration, man. Apart from just being my childhood buddy, today you are such an inspiration to me. From not just for your achievements and accolades you've received, for the person you've become, my friend. You have really raised the bar, even among our friends. So, among friends or among people, there are two kinds of people, or there are two kinds of friends. Friends who, all of us are inspired by you. Friends who believe in that knowledge is power, but that is BS. And there are some kind of friends, me included, implied or applied knowledge is power. That is the new
True.
mantra, applied knowledge. And I am trying to model so many things from you. And starting with
Hmm.
consistency, leadership roles to hote hain, and now you've left the corporate world, just like me, join the gang, join the club. But abhi consultant role, how is your life placed as in consulted role, and how do you manage time, or you're able to better manage time because you don't fit into a organizational hierarchy as you did earlier? How's life now as a consultant?
So back in 2023 is when I quit
Hmm?
my last company where I was working for 9 years, and
Wow.
I was in a senior role, like a national head.
Hmm.
I had seen the company grow from 15 crores to 100 crores. I mean, today they're a 100 crore plus company, and
You
I, I
rock,
have
bro. Hmm.
I have been part of that journey, So,
Wow.
but I realized that, this is like 20, yeah, 25, 26 years when I finished that. And I said, I need to do something else now. I mean, it's getting too monotonous, and I'm not getting time to do other things which I'm passionate about.
I
Maybe
am,
the
no, passionate about here. I must interrupt you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's ask him. This phase came into your mind, this state, this thought came to your mind after your children had grown up and they were finishing their education, or they were still young.
passion, there are two of them, of course. The
Okay.
second one is a little later, which is basically writing or
Wow. Ah.
authoring a book and all. But the first passion was running
Now,
in
I'm
2000.
talking about you quitting a job, a fixed income pattern, quitting a 9 to 5. That time, your children had already grown up. They were in their teens.
Yes, yes, yes,
Wow,
yes. So
2023.
one of them was like, my son had already almost finished his master's in the
Wow.
US.
Yeah, I know.
Daughter
I know. Smart young
was
man. Hmm.
The daughter was already in college in like the first year.
Oh, very
Yeah, so
talented.
that
Another very
it
talented young lady. Huh, I know that too. And
it does help that that's the right time also, that you don't have many liabilities. And the biggest strength for me for taking all these decisions has been my wife, because she has been the constant. She has a set practice.
the Rock
Everything
of
revolves.
Gibraltar. Hmm.
Yes, and it revolves around her, because that practice has been there for 23 years now. And
Wow.
so I could take those decisions,
Hmm.
whenever there was a change happening in my profession. Or so that is when 23, I decided, let me take up a role. And again, credit to another gentleman
Hmm. Uh-huh.
who's the founder of the company Ray Enterprises, where I
Okay.
am part of.
Okay.
He's my very good friend from the corporate world. We used to work together in Havels and Wipro.
Oh,
And
really?
he
Okay.
started this
Hmm.
he started this company in 2012.
Okay.
He's much younger to me. He's about 45, 46 now.
Huh.
And
Okay.
he's the one who gave me this clue, that
Huh.
what are you doing working there in corporate? Come and join me. I need your help.
Huh. Huh.
I have to grow this company from where I am today to somewhere else. And I know the
Huh.
kind of experience you have, the kind of widespread knowledge of clientele you have. So he called me, he
Hmm.
said, "You
Hmm.
come and join." So that's
Hmm.
where it started, October 2023. And
Wow, man.
yeah, I'm
देखो बिना
here.
मैनिफेस्टेशन के ही ऐसे अपॉर्चुनिटीज आते गए ना लाइफ में. So cool, man. You sound like so aligned.
No,
Yeah, you sound so
I
aligned, man. That is
I
so
don't
cool.
think that is without manifestation. You need to think ahead
Hmm.
as well. This
Hmm. So
this
what kind
process
of
didn't.
so think ahead in the sense. So what kind of self-talk did you do during that phase when
So
such
this all
things come?
started somewhere in end of 22, I think. And it was, as
Wow.
I said, it was getting monotonous and boring. I mean, I
Yeah.
wanted to do something, uh,
Follow your
either.
passions, you
So
mentioned. Huh.
there was a possibility I could have taken another job and, a
Hmm.
bigger role or something like that.
Hmm.
Again, that will be another company, same old story,
Yeah.
repeat, repeat, repeat.
Yeah, yeah. So how
25
many
years
years of
becomes.
25 years, huh? No, but both of us are same. Me, I worked for 22 years. What Sitaram is talking about, let me put it in a much fun fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, what he's talking about, I went through the same thing after 22 years of corporate world. And both of us realized even if we win the rat race, we will remain a rat.
Bang on.
Bang
Yes.
on. Exactly. So we thought we should leave the corporate world in peace rather than pieces, in peace, and come back and find our own peace in doing what our passion. So your passion, so you continued with consultancy. Then talk about the other passions. Come on, come on,
Oh,
come on.
that's something which will stay with me through my life. So that started in 2014,
Okay.
uh,
And that was,
when
huh,
when I was absolutely unfit. I mean, all this uh, corporate world had taken its toll on me. No discipline,
ah.
just to, it was just like too bad. I mean, I don't even want to remember those days. So
Tell
the
me
thing
about
which I realized is I have to do something about my weight, about my overall fitness. So 2014, I just started. And used to see those days like people
it.
running, and I
Hmm.
said, let me. And I was doing some running when I was young, right? When my dad
Correct.
used to
When we were
take
in
me for.
school and stuff like
I
that,
used to
huh?
play tennis as well, so I
Huh.
used to
Huh.
play till tennis till my college days.
Huh. Huh.
So fitness, I mean, a bit of athleticism was there. I mean, it was
Correct.
not that.
Correct. हाँ हाँ थोड़ा बहुत था ना यार of course हाँ the
So
backgrounds we were
it,
from and Central Science
yeah,
Kendra Vidyalaya. Hmm.
If you remember in school also we used to play football on that ground,
Yeah,
uh,
football. We used to
whatever.
participate in sports event. I remember
Yeah.
playing kho, kabaddi, march past, annual day function. बहुत कुछ बहुत पापड़
Yeah.
बेले भाई. And
So then
so yeah. Hmm.
2014 is when I
Hmm.
started doing this on a regular basis. I
Hold
used to
on.
carry my
Define
shoes.
regular. And that was the beginning of it. Defined regular at that stage.
So I had defined that 6 days of running is a must.
Okay. ठीक है.
So that's where the pattern was set. Discipline
ठीक
is
है.
in place.
ठीक है, तो वो
Whether you are
पहला चंक था ना, इनिशियल चंक था, तो वो कुछ टारगेट हुआ करता था, एवरी डे इतना
target
भागूंगा.
was
हाउ वाज योर
don't do
स्टैमिना दैट टाइम?
yeah, so don't do don't take up something which you cannot do. Don't say that I will run 10 kilometers every day. That's then you will collapse the next day itself. You will say this is not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Second thing I said, I will run, I will walk, I will run, I will walk. I'll kind of mix it up so that you don't
Hmm.
uh,
Till your
lose
physiology
your
as
breath.
well as your neurology gets used to a pattern.
Exactly.
Wonderful, wonderful. And
And then I started doing that week after week. I slowly started to increase the distances week after week. So first
oh,
week probably was, say, overall in the 6 days I would have done about 15 kilometers. The
okay,
next week
okay.
consciously I would do 3 4 kilometers more. So the week two
Wow.
would be 19 kilometers.
Three,
Then
four
week
kilometers. कैसे
and
जमता
then
है
I'll
यार? Okay.
also do something like initial first week probably I would have been running for 3 minutes and walking for 3 minutes. The second week, I used to do, say, 4 minutes and 2 minutes.
Okay.
Slowly, then it became a much better and better. So, this is what I mentioned about consistency. What consistency does is it takes you through a path of improvement, in your overall process.
Hmm.
You follow the sequence, follow the process.
Hmm.
There will be a phase when you'll feel you're much better.
You're absolutely right about that. Ladies and gentlemen, what Sitaram just spoke about, that consistency, and I love what you just spoke about, how you used to strategize in minutes. On if one on a particular day, 3 minutes of walking, then 3 minutes of running. On some other day, 4 minutes of walking and 2 minutes of running. So this is called strategizing in order so that it doesn't even feel mundane. Your physiology and your neurology looks forward to the change in the pattern of the next day, so that
Yeah.
self motivation comes in from within and you just wear your shoes. So initially पहले कैसे 6 days जमता था यार? So you mean you had बस ठान ली थी, you were so determined that 6 day I will do it. Initially, didn't you
I
feel like
just
most people
I
feel,
just had
you
I
know?
just had a discipline or a sequence like the first hour of
Interesting.
the day when I
Hmm.
wake up
Hmm.
is dedicated to this activity. Whether I am in Pune in my home city or if I'm traveling. If I'm traveling, I used to because those days I was working and I had a
Bro,
national
no,
responsibility, so I
no
used to
one,
travel everywhere. So
no
I
one,
just used to
exactly,
carry
no
my
one knows that
shoes.
better than me. He used to keep sharing pictures from different cities. Wherever he used to be traveling for 2 or 3 days, he used to be sharing pictures with us. Today I ran 10 kilometers in this city. Today I ran 15 kilometers in this city. भैया काम करने गया भागने गया? अरे सुबह भागा यार, ऑफिस अब जाऊंगा. Come on.
Yeah. So as I said, the first hour is dedicated to this activity. Finished.
Man,
Nothing will come,
तेरा ना
in
दृष्टि
between.
सुत्ती उड़कनुंडा. सच में यार, नजर उतार ली मैंने तेरी यार. गॉड ब्लेस यू मैन. दिस इज सो अमेजिंग यार. मैं मेरा, what happens, see, New Year's, we just had New Year's. All of us make New Year resolution. Best example would be people who wish to lose weight or become fitter. If, let's say, if 100 people make resolutions from 1st Jan morning, I'll start running and I'll start taking care of myself and my body. However, by the 10th of Jan, out of the 100 people, 98 might start hitting snooze every time the alarm rings. And just two people don't wait for the snooze. Sometimes they wake up a minute before the alarm. That happens, Sitaram, because believe it or not, this is a proven thing, believe it or not, our conscious mind is the goal setter. Our subconscious mind is the goal getter. Da. So
Very true.
in your case, getting the goal, your subconscious mind has understood it so well. It's not at a surface level. It's at a very deeper level. It's got installed with your value. Now fitness has become a very high value for you. That is so
Correct.
amazing, bro. That is so amazing, Ra. And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm talking about right now is it's ye bhagte hain. It's not though his story began just for losing weight. However, believe me, every morning, aaj ki tarikh mein, when he wakes up, that's not the reason. He must have forgotten that's the reason I do this. I do this because it's my way of life. Wonderful, man. This is absolutely insane. Now,
So the
then,
recent
hmm,
example, I mean,
uh,
it's just past 2 days. I mean, I've been very busy with a lot of things,
okay.
uh, work wise, as well as we had some events. I am a BNI member, so
Oh,
yeah,
yes, I
that's
know.
that's a networking group.
Hmm.
So there were a
Hmm.
lot of things happening, and last Sunday I finished my Mumbai marathon. But I'm part of a running group. It's called Hit Fit,
Ah,
and
Hit Fit. Yes,
so
I
all
did visit
even
them on
even
Instagram. Hmm.
even after the end of the marathon, our group has a set routine.
Okay.
6 days a week they will have something or the other every day, running,
ठीक है.
strength training,
हाँ,
everything will be there in place.
हाँ,
So yeah, after the Sunday's marathon, Monday was a rest day. Then
हाँ.
Tuesday's activity, I of course did it whatever was scheduled.
ठीक है.
Wednesday also I did the activity, but
Okay.
Wednesday the entire day and Thursday the entire day was very tight. I didn't have good sleep.
Hmm.
But somewhere I was saying that this week, I
हाँ.
missed my training. I missed Thursday. What do I do? This morning also I woke up late because last night was a late night.
Okay.
But I made it a point. No, today I cannot miss what is planned. Even if it was a plan of yesterday, I need to complete it today. So I
Wow.
finished it in the morning today, little late, but yes, I'm satisfied that it is done.
Brilliant, bro. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I mean, though, no one, ladies and gentlemen, he's what, Sitaram, what you mean is it's not about just being a perfectionist all the time and following it like a discipline, like like a universal truth. No. You can go easy, take easy, be nice to yourself, reward yourself,
Yes,
do other
you
activities in
can't
life. If you
see,
miss training
ultimately,
for a day or two, you can always come back to it with more vigor.
you'll
Yeah.
have to, you cannot sacrifice your sleep, but that becomes, it's a very
Ah,
important thing, whether you are one who is following running or even otherwise. Sleep is something which you cannot sacrifice. If you kind of have bad sleeps over 2 3 days, it's going to affect your health.
my God. Bro,
So
this now,
in my
this.
mind,
Hmm, hmm,
anyone
hmm,
who is practicing
hmm.
any kind of fitness activity or uh, in
Running or
general
a
in life,
gymnasium kind of an
there
activity.
are four things which are to be taken care of. One is, of course, primary is diet.
Number one, diet. Okay.
Second is exercise, which
Okay.
can be in various forms
Hmm.
depending upon who wants to follow what. The
Diet,
third is stress
exercise.
management,
Oh,
managing stress
okay.
and
Okay.
sleep. And the last two S's become very important. Stress and sleep. They are linked, very closely linked. You have to have good sleep,
Mm.
good 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Even if it's smaller duration, the quality of sleep has to be good. You can compromise a bit on the hours, but the quality has to be good.
Oh,
So
bro.
sleep
Hmm,
helps
hmm,
you to recover through the
hmm.
day. everyone has their own schedules and very hectic schedules. Some would be having uh, different time zones. They work in
Oh,
different,
yeah, of course.
but
Of course. Hmm.
they have to ensure that they get that long sleep to recover and get back to the routine the next day.
Hmm.
That's just something which I have realized over the years. So I thought I'll
No, no, you
share that.
must. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. And what you just mentioned, man, it just reminded me during our Wipro days. I think in Mumbai branch, I remember some senior manager, yeah, who used to run marathons and stuff like that. He passed away due to a heart attack or something like that, man, at an age of 43 or 44, if I'm not mistaken. And the entire social media was buzzing with the news. A young leadership guy, passed away due to. Then there was a huge talk, and it was all over news about the importance of sleep majorly in the corporate world, which is affecting the health of leadership and many managers at higher roles who keep stressing out. They might be fit, they might go to the gym, they might be running every day, but still the importance of sleep, lack of sleep is a killer, man. It's that serious. Yeah. Wow, wow, man, this is a huge insight. Yeah? And you spoke about Fit Tribe, right?
Hit
Fit,
Fit Tribe.
Hit
Hit
Fit
Fit.
Hit Fit. Aha, I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn more about Hit Fit tribe, and of course, you definitely want to follow Sitaram on his Instagram handle as well. Both the Instagram handles I would be mentioning in the description of this video or in the comments. Yeah. So make sure to go follow him and check out his story. And once you follow him, you will come to his another role in his new life, in his new role in his current life rather. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend is a published author. How cool is that? लिखना कब शुरू किया? मुझे तो कभी याद नहीं है स्कूल में लिखता भी था तू मैथ्स में यू आर वेरी गुड एट मैथ्स, वो याद है मुझे डिस्टिंक्टली यूज्ड टू बी वेरी गुड एट मैथ्स. तू साइंस में भी बहुत अच्छे अच्छे मार्क्स आते थे तेरे.
I was good at English too.
Of course, bro, we are South Indians. We are very good at English. I speak in this accent. I don't speak in this accent. Why? Because I'm not getting paid for it. A quick
But
tip to,
yeah,
yeah, go on, go on.
but
So
my
you were
written
always,
English was
yeah,
always good. I mean,
no, that,
thanks to definitely to my mom for that. I mean, she used to
of course, of course.
uh, take a lot of practice,
Hmm.
and the certain things she used to teach me are
Oh,
still very fresh in my mind. Is that
uh,
when you write,
uh.
don't cut or scratch or overwrite. You should
Oh,
get to that level where you're so perfect that you keep writing and it's right. You cannot go back and cut it or do something like that. Yeah,
it is them.
she's
That
the
is,
one who launched my book.
oh, you're so blessed. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. There she is, such a proud mother. And check you out, man. Very cool. Very cool. Really cool, man. I am so proud of you, bro. This is really amazing. And of course, I will also be sharing the link if you want to go and buy his book on. I'll be sharing the links on the description of the podcast and the video. And you must go on and check out and order his book as well. Because, hey, by the way, I have your book. I was looking for it since yesterday. Suddenly, my Didi told me. I have it with me, and my Didi is not back from work today, so that's why I couldn't bring the book in a podcast right now. Ladies and gentlemen, मेरी जो दीदी है, मेरी बड़ी बहन है, she's also an fitness enthusiast. There it is, Stride and Thrive, redefine life goals and what is that outcome of the business through running. This is amazing, bro. This is absolutely fabulous. Yeah, this is absolutely fabulous. And you've also co-authored another one, right, with your BNI
Yeah,
other writers, other authors. What is that book called?
yeah.
What's
There
that book
there
all
are
about?
12 of us who have
Wow.
co-authored this book, and
Okay.
it's called The Game Changers.
Whoa. Bring it little in the camera. So it's little, that's it. Success stories of business leaders. Whoa. Look at you, bro. Look at you, man. Absolutely. You are the game changer, my friend. Amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another one he has co-authored with other leaders and other achievers and other successful people in his fraternity. I think from BNI, if I'm not mistaken. Wonderful,
Yes.
man. Wonderful. So, one book is completely his story, is completely about his journey, is completely about what he. Sitaram, believe me, you read that book, you will redefine the words discipline and consistency. You will find your own new definitions, how my dear friend Sitaram has found it. Because, sirf, see, what I mean is some words, no, Situ, we we have a belief system from a dictionary that this is the technical meaning of the book. Sometimes we find the meanings from our own experiences. It's wisely said, experience is the toughest teacher in the world, who gives the test first, then the lesson.
So
Mm,
the whole essence of
mm, mm,
writing this book was to
uh,
share
mm.
what I've learned.
Okay.
It would have been through running, it would have been through corporate, but
Mm,
there were certain points or values
uh,
which many runners possess, including me,
mm,
which we want with examples. So I have brought it out, that discipline, what are the things, whether it's in the corporate world or then the most important thing like goal setting for a
ah.
salesperson, that is something which always will happen week after week, month after month. So that the idea was to share all the entire experience which I have gathered and how these things can be applied in. And they are like, in life, nothing works without discipline, without consistency. You
Absolutely, man.
you have to, follow certain ways of life. It keeps going that way. So that's how it is.
It's incredible, bro. It's incredible. Now, I was just looking at few pictures of yours, man, and of course, this is with Mama, and look at this one. This one, where was this? This one, where that is so
This
cool.
is in the College of Military Engineering
Oh,
at
CME,
Dapodi.
dear CME in
Yeah,
Pune City. Wow. Okay.
yeah. This is the on the background is it's of course hazy because there's a lot of mist, but that's the rowing channel of
Oh yeah, yeah. We
very
have that
famous rowing
river.
channel where
Mhm.
the Asian Games and all were held.
Wow. Cool, da. Cool, man. Really cool. Now, these are the ones, this is which you started off, of course. Hey,
Oh
which,
wow,
where
is
is this, bro? I love this
this
picture.
is in October 2025, my first international full marathon, and
Whoa,
that's at the finish line.
whoa,
So yeah,
this picture, you
I'm
look like a
absolutely
rock
elated.
star, bro. Absolute rock star, man. And where was this you mentioned? Where was this exactly?
Chicago,
And how
Chicago,
many kilometers?
42 kilometers.
Holy mother of God, 42. Woo! Wow. Now, my main question, 42 kilometers, such a long run. Okay. You start off with
Hmm.
all the participants. Three, two, one, pow, the marathon begins. First 4, 5 kilometers, you still have people with you. Maybe by
Yeah,
the time you reach 10th kilometer, you start losing people because either they've gone ahead
yeah,
of you or they're lagging behind, and you start becoming lonelier and lonelier, or maybe alone. Suddenly people start disappearing around you by the time you reach 10th kilometer. So till the
yeah,
time you reach 10 kilometer, there is a lot of noise in a literal sense as well as a metaphorical sense. So how does it
yeah.
feel after the 10th kilometer, जहां पर your आपका rhythm set हो गया है, तब तक तो वार्म अप होता है ना, एक 7-8 किलोमीटर्स तक तो, बिकॉज यू स्टिल गेटिंग आउट ऑफ द नॉइज एंड पीपल रनिंग अराउंड यू, एंड once that noise is over, what happens to the state of mind when no meetings, no phone calls, no laptop screens? What exactly is happening in your mind at that time once the rhythm sets in?
So we train as maybe as singles or in a
Okay.
group of maybe 4 5 people, or some people train solo, right? So
Okay. Huh. Huh.
when you train for a full marathon, the longest distance that you do during training is around 35 kilometers. So you pass through all these phases. So initially you will first 5 kilometers you'll start slow, then you will
Hmm.
slowly pick up speed. You will get to a particular rhythm. Your breathing is much more constant or controlled. So when you do this in a training phase,
Hmm.
the same thing is what you repeat during an event. It's just that you have a lot of buzz, a
Oh.
lot of people around. There's a lot
Hmm.
of cheering also. Of course, those things help a lot,
Of
but you
course.
are trained to do this
Even
on your
without
own.
it, even without the applause, and even without that.
So some things like an applause and cheering is only going to make it better. You will feel because you've done it in small groups or alone, you can get through it, right?
My God, that
So
is.
my experience, even for example, the recent experience in
Uh,
Mumbai on
uh,
18th of Jan
uh,
is when you reach that phase of Marine Drive and you're like 3 4 kilometers in the end, the
uh.
kind of cheering you get out there, even if you're struggling, you just get that energy from all across and you push through.
The combined
So yeah.
auditory energy, the
And
auditory energy. Wow. Hmm.
Chicago was outstanding from the beginning to the end. The kind of cheering across the streets, and I mean, I have never seen that in any of the Indian races.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
yeah, that was my personal experience. It was wonderful.
Of course, that what Sitaram means is, of course, he by no standard he means that we don't have such kind of running enthusiasm audience of people in India. No, we do. However, what he mentioned is mentioning is the cultural difference of enthusiasm. It's not just enthusiasm. There's a cultural difference of enthusiasm, and
And
uh,
that's also a very large gathering because
yeah,
there we almost have
of course.
55,000, 60,000 people only running 42 kilometers.
Holy smoke. Wow, man. That is insane, bro. That is insane.
So that's a world major, right? So it's that kind of
Wow. See, I'm from the motorcycling world. How motorcyclists dream about, all Royal Enfield है, लेह लद्दाख गया
yeah.
है, स्पीति गए हो, लेह लद्दाख किया है. So for you, for marathon runners or for long distance runners, ऐसा होगा ना, आपका भी ऐसा एक लेह लद्दाख होता होगा, जैसे शिकागो
I
इज
have
योर
done
लेह
that.
लद्दाख, हाँ?
I have done lay also.
Come on, come on. Now you're talking, baby. Now you're talking. Let's begin, ladies and gentlemen. एक अब हम बात करेंगे एक रोड के बारे में जहां पर ये अपने पैरों से भागे तो और मैं अपनी टू व्हील्स पे. टेल मी अबाउट दैट एक्सपीरियंस. वेयर डिड यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम मनाली?
That was, of course, a city run. City in the sense
ओके.
you're
हाँ
at
हाँ.
the start point on the Leh Manali road.
Ah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
so
Which, I'm so
that's where
sorry.
it
Which year
starts.
was this? Which year was this?
I did this in 23
हाँ ठीक है. ठीक है. हाँ
in
तब
the
से.
month of September.
हम्म.
September 23. Yeah.
ठीक है.
So that's
मनाली
where it
मनाली
starts at
टू
Leh
लेह. ओके.
Manali, very very close to I mean, the town actually. I mean, where there's a road which goes towards the airport, and then the road to the left goes to Manali, I think, from
हाँ
Leh.
हाँ 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 करेक्ट
So
हाँ.
that's where
Then.
it starts. It goes through the village, like the Dalai Lama's house and things like that, and takes you through all that beautiful surroundings. And then
Oh,
it comes back. End point is the same place where we start on Leh Manali Road. Oh, that was one of the best experiences in my running career because I just love Leh. I mean, I can probably go and settle down there.
That's the only one time when I use when I if I if I can get away with it when I say Leh is the only place, you know, let's get laid into 2026. Yeah, this is the only time my wife doesn't mind it. Ooh, that was a bad joke.
Absolutely.
No, it wasn't. I love that joke. It's an old, it's a rider joke. Okay, so now tell me, bro, running in cities and you ran in Chicago, there sea levels is okay, you have oxygen. How did you manage in Leh? Did you reach Leh? You must have flown down. Then
I
did you?
went
Hmm.
I went 6 days before the event, so
Smart.
tried to get acclimatized
Please.
and did some training, small runs, and
6 days prior to the run is very smart move, very smart move. Because a lot of people do make this mistake of reaching Leh by flight and they start doing their activities, cycling or motorcycling, immediately the next day. एंड
yeah,
वो एएमएस के शिकार हो जाते हैं एंड काफ़ी हालत ख़राब हो जाती है लोगों की और आप तो भाग रहे हो यार वेयर योर लंग्स नीड it's a very repetitive kind of action the lungs need to go through where you need a lot of oxygen so
yeah,
yeah what an experience like कैसा रहा यार what I feel like I'm sure you'll resonate with this Sitaram why even I love Leh Ladakh and Spiti and Himachal Pradesh is when you ride in your case you run next to those towering high huge walls of mountain next to you
yeah.
you suddenly feel we are nothing man
Very true, very true,
we are
very true. I
nothing
mean,
no one is
that's like a
superior than mother nature man she is
you are in heaven, I would say. I mean,
ब्रो
it's
मैं
to
हिंदी
put
में
it
बताऊं
so simply.
मदर नेचर का विश्व रूप दर्शन है यार
The trees, the massive trees, the I mean the entire surrounding is different. I mean, and the clear blue skies. Wow, with those
oh
small portions of clouds hanging. Wow,
crazy
I can
man
visualize Leh like it was yesterday.
crazy man crazy यार
Beautiful.
कितना भागा है यार तू you've been so consistent with it man and your story actually proves it that motivation comes and goes but consistency stays man even on
Yeah,
days when nothing feels rewarding है ना nothing feels rewarding still you're consistent with it that is insane bro wow man that is crazy so I'm sure you have some more so this is 2026 2027 the next year uh, we'll definitely see Sitaram running a couple of more international marathons, perhaps authoring yet another book because you have been bitten by the author bug. And it's a nice bug, isn't it? It's
yeah,
a beautiful
I know.
bug, yeah. It's a beautiful bug,
Yes,
Yeah. So when ladies and gentlemen, yes, he has also inspired me to publish my first book. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'll keep you all posted.
very
However,
nice.
and however, and you and I are we are old school. Yeah. मैं बैठ के रोज 3-4 पन्ने लिखता हूँ एक चैप्टर के then I wait break state I come back to the my book writing I spend around 30-45 minutes every day and I'm writing a couple of pages every day. Similar to how you started running. 3 minutes walking, 3 minutes running. Similarly, I have my time. I spend podcast preparation, my research. I have 1 hour fixed for that day. Then I have 40, inspired by you, I have 45 minutes I'm spending on my health, on my fitness. I am, of course, not into running as much as you run because my right ankle I got has titanium plates, bro. However, yes, I walk a lot. I do a lot of brisk walking with my dog, and I spend some without my phone, mind you. When I go for my walks, I do not
Good.
carry my phone. Zero connection. And I tell that at home, I leave a message on the phone that I'll only get back to it. Please call me and I'll return your call. So, ladies and gentlemen, another secret is consistency के लिए कुछ consistency करना है consistently. If you are inspired by Seetharam, and if you want to get into fitness as a value, not an life activity or task, you must go to amazon.com or go click on the link below in the description. Go and pick his book today and find out how he did it. Believe me, दोस्त है अपना, यार अपना भाई है यार. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
just need
Hmm.
you just need to have a vision
हाँ.
that this is what I want to do, and I want to do this for my own happiness. It's the me, it's
Ah.
the me time, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever you can contribute for that in the day, whatever you're passionate about. Just have a
Absolutely.
process in
Hmm.
place. You'll be able to do anything. That's it. Simple as that.
Wow, man. Absolutely, man. This proves, yeah, Sitaram, thank you so much, man. This I think the
Thank you.
long run philosophy, life doesn't reward intensity alone, my friends. As Sitaram, what he shared, I just realized that it rewards rhythm, showing up again and again and again. Isn't that true, my friend?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, yeah.
Thanks, Uday,
Thank you.
for having
Thank
me.
Pleasure's all mine, my dear friends. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I sit with this conversation, one thing stands out clearly. The long run isn't about proving anything, proving to anybody, just proving to yourself. It's about revealing something. खुद के अंदर कुछ है, कौन सा वैल्यू सिस्टम है, कहाँ से वो डिटर्मिनेशन आता है, जैसे सीताराम ला पाए हैं, जैसे मैं कोशिश करता हूँ रोज लाने की, कहाँ से आता है. इट रिवील्स हाउ वी रिस्पॉन्ड टू डिस्कम्फर्ट. सो सीताराम का सीक्रेट है रेपिटिशन. His secret of his subconscious mind is consistency through uniqueness. Why? He has his own strategies to do it. And discomfort, environmental, discomfortable environment, because he knows now discomfortable environment brings comfort to him. How cool is that? Isn't that? I mean, Sutu, yeah, fantastic. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your
Thank you very
time
much. Yeah.
and to stay blessed. And I hope to see you as a guest in my future podcast, where you would have authored a couple of more books, and you will have more stories to share about running, maybe bungee jumping, maybe skydiving. You never
That
know. ये मूंछों
you
पे मुझे
never know.
पूरा भरोसा है दोस्त. Thank you very much. Like, God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Have a
I'll
nice
keep you
day
posted. You
and
too.
bye bye.
You too. Da. And give my dil se pranam to mama, and loads of good wishes to your darling wife, and loads of best wishes to both the youngsters, my friend. Take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
Uday.
very much, Da. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Love you, man. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's running, business, or life, the real transformation, hai na, doesn't happen in big moments. It happens quietly, repeatedly, over time. है ना? If you're listening to this, my dear friends, and standing at a beginning of something, a habit, a transition perhaps, or a long road, remember that. Just remember, you don't need speed. You don't need motivation. You need rhythm, my friends. Oh yeah, life में rhythm चाहिए दोस्तों. This was the UD Roadcast, and this conversation, my friend, was about the long road. Long live rock and roll. Keep going, keep inspiring, and remember, don't do anything that I wouldn't. I love you all. Mwah.